And now here among us, someone is sitting with some very fancy hoodies. It's the Camptons, Sally and David Campton from Ireland, together with Irene Javaras. And you will. What about these outfits you picked for today? You have something to tell us about it.
Oh, we have, yeah.
Yeah.
David.
Well, good morning. As has been said, my name is David Campton. I'm a Methodist minister based in Belfast, and I'm one of the directors of the Four Corners Festival, ecumenical peace-building festival that takes place in my home city of Belfast at the beginning of February every year. It came about as the result of a conversation between two of my colleagues, Father Martin McGill, a Catholic priest, and the Reverend Steve Stockman, a Presbyterian minister. But I'll let them tell you about that in a short video.
Steve and I were meant to meet to look at an art exhibition, and the person organising that, Paul Gallagher, who's now working for Wave, forgot to put that in his diary, and we give the credit in some ways to Paul Gallagher because, as I say, we joke that he'd set us up, leaving us a bit of time to have a conversation, a bit of a chat over coffee.
And during that coffee, I was saying to Martin that I'd found it strange coming into West Belfast because it was a part of the city that I didn't know anything about. And he was saying, yeah, East Belfast was a bit like that for me. So we thought, oh, we should do a festival where we can take people across the city and get to know their part of the cities that they don't know. Which was rather foolish because we didn't run festivals. And we got 4 or 5 like minds together in the next 3 weeks. And suddenly we had a festival. That was September. We had a festival by January.
And we're now planning number 11.
We've actually now finished the 13th festival in February, which was on the theme of home, ? Our home city is divided into distinct corners, partly because of its geographical history from the 17th century on, but even more so because of our recent political troubles, as we call them. With which our part of the world was so synonymous for so long. Indeed, a friend of mine, when going to Nepal, when they said that they were from Belfast, they said, oh, the city where Christians kill each other. It's a city carrying the scars of religious and political conflict. But since the peace process of the 1990s, fostered in part by courageous Christian leaders, that picture has gradually changed. And the Four Corners Festival was conceived as a way of building on that, getting people out of their different geographical corners, but also their denominational, theological, political, and cultural corners, to encounter new ideas and to make new friends. We do that with a range of different events for all ages in different venues across the city. Concerts, church services, lectures, plays, poetry readings, sports activities, panel discussions, workshops, walking tours, art exhibitions. The team that organise it are drawn from various churches, nationalities, lay and ordained. And the planning meetings are one of the few monthly committees that I have in my diary that I don't dread. Indeed, a number of us have said that we seem to laugh our way through the planning of the festival from one year to another, and somehow the Holy Spirit produces a festival out of it all. Performers and speakers are generally local, but various prominent international figures have taken part. And Pope Francis himself sent us a video greeting for the 10th Four Corners Festival. But the festival is not all about big names and performances from the front. Key to it is building relationships between those who attend. And nothing reflects that better than a particular event organised by my friend and Fucalerini, Irene Javaris, who will tell you a little bit about that.
When I arrived in Belfast 12 years ago, I wanted to know what was bringing Christians together, and the Four Corners Festival was being launched. And it wasn't long before I found myself volunteering. And the joy, the laughter, the witness to the gospel being lived amongst the organising committee has given me much hope in my faith journey. We live an ecumenism of the people. This year, for the 4th year, we hosted a well-attended Knit and Natter event, bringing together a cross-section of knitters from different parts of the city. And throughout the year, these circles of friendship continue.
I'm Sally, married to David. And as my birthday falls on the 1st of February, and so the start of the festival, we joke that the only way I get to see him is by volunteering at whatever event is on that day. But actually, I love volunteering at the festival. I value the chance to play a small part in the work of bringing people together from across Belfast and beyond. It's always a joy to greet familiar faces returning over the years. And it's also a delight to welcome first-time visitors. For me, being a Four Corners volunteer has also fostered a wonderful sense of being part of a family, where each member is appreciated for the contribution they make, and where we all share the same aim of transforming the city for the well-being of all.
Thank you to Irene and to Sally, and thank you for listening to us today. We value your continued prayers for our festival and our city. And if anyone ever wants to learn more or come visit, please do not hesitate to get in touch. But one of our commitments in recent years, partly influenced by Laudato Si and the letter which we had as a premiere in our festival in one of the years, we seek to be a net zero festival, the first net zero festival in Ireland. And so, to offset our carbon, every year we fund the planting of trees on the hills surrounding our city. But we're seeking to do more than that. We are wanting to plant seeds of hope in the hearts and minds of people in the four corners of our city, and indeed beyond that, to the four corners of the world. Thank you.